And welcome back, guys. Today we're going to take a look at the Mitsurugi 3K by Vaders Vault. This is one of those sabers that I've been anticipating for a long time. I actually missed out on the initial run because, well, I didn't have the funding at that time and I really want to get one, but yeah, I just missed out on it. And it took a really long time before It took a really long time before Vaders Vault actually made a second batch, and here we are, and now I finally got one. I definitely had to sell off some sabers in order to fund it, but it's a beautiful saber by Vaders Vault, and I would say it's one of the most intriguing designs they have ever made so far for the combat class. This thing is absolutely fantastic. This particular hilt has a lot of individual hilt designs that I've not seen on any other lightsaber that I've reviewed so far on this YouTube channel, and I've reviewed over at least 60 to 70 lightsabers by now, and this is the one that really stands out in terms of the intriguing small elements of designs on the hilt itself. And I'm really impressed by it. So let's start with the emitter itself. It has a semi-slanted emitter. It's a oval emitter on the back, and then it has a slant on the front, and it has these 3 slots here. It's in black anodizing. Then we have the blade socket, which is actually very deep for a Vaders Vault combat class. This is one of the deepest blade sockets that I have seen so far. To give you an idea how deep it is, I'm gonna measure that really fast up for you guys. So it's around 2.5 inches deep at till the shallowest point, and it's around 3 inches, approximately 3 inches deep from the highest point. So you get a very good blade grip there. And just to let you know, the retention screw to grip the blade inside the blade socket itself is around 1.2 inches deep. So it's a little bit less than some of the other Vaders Vault sabers, and it's on par with some others they have as well. So the blade itself goes in around 3 inches till this point here, and then the retention is held in place around 1.2, 1.3 inches deep. So that's around almost approximately half of the depth where the retention screw is met and holds the blade firmly inside the blade socket. And then we have the tsuba. The tsuba has these cutouts as well, so it's really beautiful actually. A lot of details, as I say, a lot of details around the saber. A lot of them everywhere. Really beautiful. Let me show that to you guys. That is really nice. And then we have this. Next we have this shroud piece. This is actually a shroud. So next we have this piece here, which is actually a shroud. So this whole thing is a shroud on top of a grenade section. So this grenade section is one solid piece up to here. And then this is a shroud that actually slides on top of the grenade section. And the beautiful thing is, it actually has like ribs in it. It has anodizing, it has slots in it. It has screws that are only decorative screws. These are actually screws that hold this whole shroud in place. And as you can see, there's so many details in this small section already. That's a lot of details there, just in a very small portion of the hilt. A little bit lower we have the auxiliary button, a very deep socket actually. I actually like that. It's actually one of the deepest one that I've seen from Vaders Vault so far. Normally they're a little bit more shallow than this and a little bit easier to turn on and off. This one is quite deep, so you actually have to push a little bit further. I actually kind of like that. Then we have the middle section here, which is the this is dubbed the control section, and as you can see, it's sporting a 60mm black non-AV lit switch, because that's my favorite. I just don't like light up switches. And it has a black anodized line here, it's very thin, and here as well. So there's a lot of details going on. There's a lot of anodized parts, there's a lot of polished parts and whatnot. It's really amazing. Then we have this section here. It has like these holes in it. So these holes are more decorative than for sound venting, but they look really amazing and they feel good as well, and they provide additional grip. It also has this recessed area, so it actually acts as a choke point as well. So this recessed area actually acts as a choke point, as you can see. Really nice. And then again, there's another choke point near the top where the tsuba is, and then it has this grenade section which gives you additional grip. And by the way, this is not sharp at all. This is really comfortable. And then we have another gripping area, which is the next area underneath it. It has these anodized rib section here, which has cutouts as well. And the cutouts has this similar pattern of lines here that you also see on this part here. So that's really cool. There's so many different elements in there. And then we have another ring here, also anodized. Even the bottom here is anodized. And then we have the trademark Vaders fold design with the 3 dots that we see on multiple hilts, including the Ardent Elite, I believe, and the Ardent. And then 3 more dots in the bottom. A black cover tech wheel, because I wanted to have a black cover tech wheel to blend more in with the hilt, and aesthetically looks a little bit, it's a little bit less visible than with some other colors, because I wanted it to be a more a part of the hilt then it actually shows off separately. And then again we have the wavy pattern here as well, the lines in the black and vertical lines here with anodizing, and it's not done sloppy at all. Nice clean lines of anodizing. Must be super hard to get that done. And then we have the pommel. The pommel is really unique, very different than you see most times. Very cool pommel design. Now this entire hilt, if you not know it yet, this is based off, loosely based off a Samurai 3000 sword hilt. And Alan Johnson from Vaders Fold has been working and designing a Mitsurugi 3K based off that, loosely as I said, and he's been working on this design for 2 years, and then he finally came out with this design, and since then is just one of those unique lightsaber designs that everybody wants, because it's a really cool saber. Going back to my story where I was showing off the different parts of the lightsaber, we're going to show off the pommel. I'm going to take off the pommel. Nice threads, very smooth, as usual from Vaders Fold. And here we go. So we have the pommel. It has actually like a slot here in the bottom, like a screw, but it's not. It's just part of the design. So the inside of the hilt itself looks like this. It has the standard Delrin chassis that you have seen many times in my reviews. If you don't see it before, check out my other Vaders Fold lightsabers where you can see the chassis out with the battery, etc. And the Crystal Shard 4.0 sound card. In this case, I'm not going to get bothered by taking out the Delrin chassis. I mean, it's something you can look in my other videos, so please do so. Putting back the pommel. So next thing we're gonna do a traditional on the what we're gonna do as a traditional Rebeltrumps channel, the best lightsaber review channel, if I may say so. I hope you guys agree. But we're gonna weight the saber, and I never seen that done by any of the other lightsaber review channels. So that's definitely something I want to keep doing, because a lot of people asking me these days about, hey, how much did it weight? Why didn't you weight this saber? So I'm not gonna make the same mistake anymore. Okay, we need to find a sweet spot where the saber is not rolling around. Come on, can you do it? No? Okay, this is gonna be maybe more tougher than I thought. Okay, yes, solid. So the saber weighs 830 lb, and in other units that will be 378 kilograms or 378 grams. Oh god. And 101 T, whatever that means. So the hilt from its longest point at the middle till the bottom is around 10.7 inches long. So it's not the longest hilt. It's a good one-half-hander for the bigger girls and guys. For me, it's a 2 full hand, easy. The upper section, as you can see, and the bottom section, no problem whatsoever gripping that lightsaber perfectly fine. Now this saber is also super loud, like ridiculous loud. So it's sporting a Tri-Cree LED, white for flash and class, one green dye, one blue dye, mixing for a baby blue or slash ice blue blue, because that's what I wanted really bad. I feel like this saber is breathing that particular color. Okay guys, I hope you liked this short video. Stay tuned for part 2, where we're going to continue with the details about the soundboard, the LED in here, etc, etc, etc. Thanks for watching guys, see you next time.